Shalom, y'all. KARADYAH'S here. I came to give y'all another angel number reading. And also, we're going to be doing some number seeding today. Okay, so the first number that I drew was 1441. And let's say the main focus, or to sum it all up, unique skills. The numbers on this card, the number 1 lets us know that we create our own realities with our thoughts, our words, and our actions, and the lack of, I would even say. It encourages you to step out and to do something new. 4 is the number of foundation. It lets you know to build a strong foundation. It lets you know that the foundations that you have worked hard on are solid, and you will soon begin to reap the benefits from that, amongst other things. 4 is also the number of the archangels, and yeah. So unique skills: life goals, purpose, mastery, integrity, career growth, ambition, focus, important projects. This is a time for intense self-development. Focus on refining your craft, okay? You already have everything you need to succeed, but consistent practice will make you a true master. Use this time to align with your purpose and level up in your career or business. It's time to prioritize growth and achievement. So the focuses that we have dealing with this card, I want to bring back to your attention, is to focus on refining your craft, and then you need to prioritize growth and achievement. Okay. So the next number that we have is 1234. Good luck. The number 1, 234 is seen as steps along the way. Okay, usually you'll see this number right here, and then you'll start seeing other number sequences that provoke you to sort of like get things in order or refine things. Okay, that's not what this number means altogether, but that's how it usually comes to you in synchronicity. Okay, so I hope that made sense. If it didn't, let me know in the comments. Spirit guides, progress, justice, structure, systems, process, discipline, and rules. You are on the right track. Spiritual guides are supporting and encouraging you to give your best effort. Remember, I said get things in line. Not directly. I want to say it the right way. It's not only dealing with you directly getting things in order. It's more of, I hear, smoothing things out, working things out so they can move in an orderly way. Okay. Success is within your reach. Stay observant of your surroundings and communicate clearly. Trust that everything will fall into place as it should. This last sentence here, y'all, is very big. That trust, I would dare to say, have faith. And go down the faith rabbit hole. Get you a Bible, get a dictionary, and don't listen to what other people have to say, like commentaries where people explain it to you. You ask the Most High to give you instant downloads on faith. What does faith mean? Okay, because this word trust is, faith is needed more than trust. Okay, so let's move on to our number seeding. All right, so being that 1441 was the first number that we got, y'all, the Most High, he's helping me to put this together on paper for y'all, because I can always explain it, but drawing it out is something that I've never done for people. Okay, so y'all might see a different design next week. So what we're gonna do is first we're gonna put the numbers that this number reads, or this number seeds certain numbers, and this number happens to seed the same numbers, because our objective is to find out how do we get from here to here. Okay, that's the objective. Now, if you go online and you read certain angel number readings, or I don't know if psychics do it the same way because I never used a psychic before, but I know usually whenever you read angel numbers, at the end of the reading, like, it'll tell you everything that the card says, like this right here. But at the bottom, it'll be another number to let you know what this number boils down to, or what this number seeds. But the problem is most angel reading websites or angel readers only give you one number down here. So like, let's say the number was a 7 right here, then you would be able to figure out how they got to this number, because 8 minus 1 equals 7. 8 minus 1 equals 7. 4 times 4 is 16. 6 and 1 is 7. Okay, so let's and those numbers that are at the bottom, those are the numbers that I call seeding numbers. All right, I hope that made sense. So we're gonna find out what numbers this number seeds. Okay, so we get a 10 here, because I'll tell you in a minute. So we get a 10. We also get a 18. We get a 16. We get a 7. We get a 8 and a 9. We get 4s. We get 5s. We get 6s. We also get a 1. We can also get a 0. Okay, so the number 1 and the number 0 are always going to be together. If you see a 0, if you see a 1 or you see 2 1s, that 1 can always go down to a 0. Whenever you visually just look at a 0, there's only one 0 there, so that 0 can also be considered a 1. Okay, remember I said this is not numerology. 0 equals visually a 1, because there's only one 0 there. The Most High works in a I can't say it, in a circular way. Secular. I used to be able to say it, y'all. I can't say it. The word ain't coming to my mind. Secular, I think that's the way you say it. Meaning in a circle, okay? So whenever you're traveling the path of the Most High, you're going to start at point A, or let's say point 1 or point 0, and you're trying to get to point B or point 1. Okay, the 1 is the mark. All right, you're trying to get from being a nobody to being 1 with the 1. Okay, the Most High works in cycles. Okay, cyclical. I'm going to say it the right way. I don't know why I can't say it. So 0 and 1 are always going to be together. The Father doesn't work linear. You're not trying to get from point A to point B. That's not the way he goes. Okay, that's some European teaching. All right. So this number will also give you all of these numbers right here. And there may be other numbers that I'm not pointing out. Like, for instance, let's say there could also be a Oh yeah, I forgot the 3 and the 2, and you got a 44 and a 46. All of these numbers will also come, or most of these numbers will also come from over here. So what you need to know is which numbers, and we about to go through all that with the math and the visualizations. You need to know which numbers, which factors, which digits, and the spirit told me to let y'all know this. A digit is not necessarily a number. Those are two different things. A digit is used to number something or to count something, to show a representation of how many there are. Okay, it is okay, wait a minute. Not to show a representation of how many there are. A digit is a way to count something. Okay, that you use digits to count. So a A can be a digit also. A B can be a digit. Roman numerals are also digits. Okay, it's just a way for you to count each thing. So let's say I had some peanuts right here. Okay, let's say I had 20 peanuts right here, and I wanted to show that there are 20 peanuts. I can use A, B, C, D all the way to 20 letters, or I can use 1A, alpha, whatever, to show that I have 20 of these things right here. A number is what these are. We're using numbers as our digits to show how many of whatever we're dealing with. All right, so go and look up the definition of digit, and start from the etymology. So let's start doing our math. So here we got our 1, 4, 1. All right, so if we start here and we add all of these together for 1, we can get a 10. Okay, so plus equals 10. All right, so then we can come here and we can say this right here plus equals 8, and then we can just do one side. So when you're reading numbers, you're also able to deal with mirroring images, or symmetric and asymmetric numbers. All right, so let's take this one off right now. We're dealing with visually, what do we see when we look at this? Okay, so we got this 8 right here, and if we add to that, we can get a 9. And then you're going to flip around and do the same thing on this side. So let's bring them 4s down. Boom, there go your 8. Then you're going to bring down the 1 with it. Bring down the 1 with it, and it'll give you another 9. We also can see that here, this 4 and this 1, let's bring a line down. 4 and 1. Y'all, this is going to get messy, so you need to write it down as I'm writing. All right, 4 and 1 plus each other equals 5. And then you got the same thing on this side. 4 and 1 plus each other equals 5. Then you have 4 times 4. So let's zoom this out over here. 4 times 4 equals 16 plus 1, because you got a 1 here, equals 17. And it's the same thing on the other side. Okay, when you get a double digit number, you're always trying to bring this down to 1. So you get an 8 here, you can get a 7 here, you can get a 6 here. If the number that is being seeded at the bottom of your message, so let's say whenever you look at this, the first thing that you see is a 10. Okay, when you boom your eyes on it, the first thing you see is a 10, and down here you see a 10 at the bottom. You want to find out, how is it that I get to a 10 from, see my 10 right here? That 10 is going to equal a 1, or it'll equal a 0. Okay, All right, so you always trying to get to the number that resonates with your spirit whenever you first look at this, that single digit number. Because why are we doing that? Because it's easier to learn the vibration of a one and know that the Most High is telling you definitely this one is for you, or he's telling you definitely this one and this zero is for you. And the number zero tells you that the Most High Power, the source energy, is in agreement with the way your life is going. So it's important that you break this down to one digit. Okay, so now let's move on to the 1234. All right, so I'm just giving y'all examples of numbers. You can go through and do your own math. I'm telling you how to move through these problems. Okay, so let's start here and say, first of all, all of our numbers together, just like here, gave us a 10. So we're gonna say all added together equal 10. All right, maybe I should put the plus sign right here. Equal 10. So we reading going upwards. Then we have 4 times 3 equals 12, plus 2 is 14, plus 1 is 15. All right, so that's 4 times 3 equals 12, plus 2 equals 14. Let's do it like this. So equals 14, plus 1 equals 15. All right, so that'll give us a 5 or a 6. Okay, sometimes you'll end up, okay, let me not skip to that. Let's just keep going the way we're going. All right, the other thing that we see is that we have a 3 and a 4 here. So let's do this. 3 and 4 plus each other equals 7. All right, and then you got another 3 here that can equal 10 again, bringing you back to 0 and 1. All right, y'all, this 1, 2, 3 is one that I have to put thought into because it visually gives me a lot. Also, when you visually just visualize these numbers, I'm gonna try to find a better word for visualize. I don't really know how to explain what I'm saying. I just know that it's received just by looking, and it's easiest because I know factors. Okay, so here you have a 12, and then here you have another 12. So you got 2 12s there, which can give you a 24. Oops, sorry. Which can give you a 24, or it can even give you a 1, because 12 divided by 12 equals 1. It can also give you 144, because 12 times 12 equals 144. And you also have that big 144 right there, and you also have a 144 this way, because remember, these two are mirror images. So that's a 144, and this is another 144. Hold on, let me see if I can make that easier to read. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find my highlighter. I just had it. Let's see. 144 that way, and then you have another 144, 144 in a mirror going in that direction. Okay, I know that probably didn't make it better, but if you following along, then you get it. So we got a 144 right here. So these numbers are letting you know that the Most High is sending you both of these numbers and both of these messages. Even if you have to go through all of the factors that you come up with, which would be here, these numbers are going to connect with each other. So let's come over here. Sometimes number sequences move downward or backwards. So you might not always have this number given to you first and then this one comes. No, sometimes you'll have this one first and then you'll get this one, because it's a message. It's not counting, it's not patterns, even though we do work in patterns when we're seeding numbers. And it's also not numerology, but numerology is, I guess you can say, it's used to seed numbers, but this is not numerology. But most angel numbers will point to or end up at the same single digit number, where you get, like, okay, let's say the 9, the 1, the 0, the 1, the 0. Come over here. The 0 and the 1. You know what I'm saying? The 7. The 5 and the 6 down here. You also got a 5 over here. Over here you also have a 6, because outside of the 16, which will also give you a 6, you have 4. Let's see. Let me write it again right here. 140. Okay, you got 4 plus 4 equals 8. Minus 1 equals 7. Minus 1. Don't read it this way. Don't read from this way to this way. Okay, so we brought the 1 down because first we did, I didn't know y'all couldn't see it. 4 and 4 is 8. Minus 1 equals 7. And over here you got you have, oh yeah, I'm sorry y'all, my baby is just distracting me. Another 4 and 4, which is 8. Minus 1 equals 7. All right, so let's go back because he threw me off. All right, you get a 6 also from 4 plus 4 equals 8. Minus 1 equals 7. And minus 1 equals 6. All right. See, this is not mathematics. You have to be able to comprehend what you're figuring out as you're figuring it out. Okay, because this ain't gonna look like anything else that you ever seen. But if you practice it, then you'll understand what it is. Okay, so let's say, I'm gonna give y'all this example before I end. And let's do, the spirit is saying the 123. I mean the 1234. So let's say that the number that we were given was a number 6. Okay, so let's say we got a angel reading from somebody, or the angel's been giving us a message, and out of all the numbers that we got, let's say we got a 0, 66, a 666, a 2323, and every time you look at whatever it is that you're looking at, you come up with a 6. Okay, so no, let's do, yeah, a 6. So here we're gonna figure out, how do we get to 6? That's your main priority, because you know that the Most High is dealing with a 6 in your life, and you keep on seeing numbers that synchronize with each other, and not only do they synchronize with each other, they keep bringing you to a 6. There are many ways for you to get to 6. Okay, you will have a 7 here, and 7 minus 2 equals 5, right? So 7 minus 2 equals 5. And 5 plus 1 equals 6. Okay? Okay? You can also come here and you'll notice that 3 and 4, or 3 by 4 equals 12. And if you divide that by 2, then it'll give you a 6. And then you bring your 1 up here and multiply it times 6, and you end up still with a 6. Okay? Or let's say we decided to add 3 and 4, which gives us 7. And then we subtract 2, which gives us 5. And then we multiply that 5 times 1 just because, which will keep us at a 5. 5 plus 1 equals 6 either way. Okay? Either way, 5 plus 1 equals 6. So you still come up with a 6. Whenever you start to seek, the word says, seek ye first the kingdom of Yah and his righteousness. The Most High Power source is a numerical power. He's a numerical God. Your DNA is written numerically. The frequencies that you put off, all of that, the Most High deals with things numerically. Okay, you need to know the flow and the function of numbers. Words are all good. You need to know all of that because the word says that wisdom is the principal thing. But so get wisdom is what it says. Get wisdom. But above all of that, you need to get understanding. Whenever you learn the flow of numbers and the flow of words, I'm talking about etymologically, the flow of words, how the word flowed from the beginning of time to the where it is now in time, then you can't be fooled, because this is how Yah speaks to me. Whenever I need to find out something from the Most High and he don't want Satan to know what's going on, if he give me a number, I'm going through and I'm breaking that number down and I'm finding out every vibration. So I know that 8 deals with my abundance, 7 deals with my spiritual walk, 6 may be telling me that I'm dealing too much in my mind with the monetary and I'm sneaking away from the spirit because I'm worrying. 0 is telling me the Most High is letting me know that I am on the right path and he supports me. It also signifies a spiritual walk, your spiritual journey, spiritual change, and the uncertainties thereof. The number 1 tells me that I create my own path, my own reality with my words, my actions, my thoughts, and the lack of. It talks about foundations along with the number 4. We also talk about we also see the number 5 here. So I'm going to be thinking about grace. You know what I'm saying? We also have the number 9 here that tells us that we're coming to a completion. Doors are closing, but new ones are opening up. The 9 lets you know that you're coming to an end of a cycle. You're coming to the end of a cycle and that new things, better things are coming. The number 7 denotes the end of a cycle. Denotes the end of all. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with that situation. It tells you of completion. Okay? So with the 7, you might not go into a new cycle, but you may elevate to a higher spiritual level. So you may be done with this right here altogether. This whole topic might be finished. You know what I'm saying? Let's say you're dealing with fornication and you fighting in the spirit in this 7. And the angels are letting you know you're going in the right direction with this 7. You following the Most High's will with this 7. But now, this is the end of this cycle, and the Father has fulfilled what He's fulfilled. So now you're going to a higher spiritual level with this 7. I learned all of this too, of compassion, of familyhood, of understanding, of balance. I get all of that from reading these numbers. I know what he wants me to work on and what he don't want me to work on. Okay, I know which direction I'm going in, which direction I'm not supposed to be going in. And I just want to let you know that with angel numbers, you will rarely get a bad message. And when I say bad, I mean dysfunctional. Biblically, the number, help me, Father. Biblically, the word good means functional. Whenever Yah saw, whenever he created the day and the night and he saw that it was good, that means functional. So you will not get a bad message and you won't get a message that's saying that somebody's gonna die or you're gonna lose something. Most of the time with an angel number, that won't come to you. Those vibrations won't come to you, because the Most High is only sending you what is good. But he will send you warnings of chastisement. He has let me know that somebody in my family was going to die through my angel numbers, an angel reading that I did on Joanne Scribe's website. And like I told you, Joanne Scribe's angel numbers are to help you to learn the vibrations of the numbers. You're not going to her for a psychic reading. You can get a psychic reading from her, but I read her messages to learn the vibrations of the numbers and to see what the Most High has in store for me inside of that specific message. Okay. Her messages are no different from this right here. No different, except she gives you a number at the end that tells you what this number right here seeds. Okay. All right, y'all. So let's see. Father Yah, Basham Yashawai. I forgot to pray before I did this. Father Yah, I forgot to pray on camera. But Father, if it's anything else that you need me to let the people know, I ask that you tell me now, Father. Basham Yashawai. Halawaya. Okay, y'all. So first, I want to say I asked the angels a little while ago about some things concerning aliens, and I asked them, was the Anunnaki real, and they gave me a stiff no. The you of Abaryath bloodline, Israelites, Negroes. There are 12 tribes of Negroes. Okay, if you live in America, you are of the tribe of Judah. You need to know that the Anunnaki are not who you think they are. They are fallen angels. And if you read the Bible and if you read the book of Enoch, you read the books of Adam and Eve, then you will see that this is not the first time that they've been here and fooled people. They've tried to fool Adam and Eve too. The people from the center of the earth, all of them, I don't know about all of them, but I know that certain ones of them was Satan and his minions. Now, which Satan it was, I have to go back and look. But if you don't know, there's more than one Satan. Okay, because Satan means adversary. Also, the other thing that the Most High wanted me to let you know is that y'all, I was looking and seeing that on TikTok last night that some truckers had stolen a bunch of kids and took them into the woods, and people were paying to rape these children. Do y'all remember the missing boy that I told y'all was running through the woods in my vision that the Most High was showing me? Y'all, these kids were found in the woods. They just free. I forgot how many kids it was. I think it was ranging from like age 6 to like 10 or 14 or 12 or something like that. The people was stealing these kids, taking them out there in the woods and letting people come and rape and bash these children. I don't know if that's the end of what the Most High was showing me. I'm just telling y'all that that's what the Spirit told me to share with y'all. Father, is there anything else? And my Artemis visions are coming true. If you have not seen my stories about my prophetic visions that are on TikTok, then you need to be looking at them. You need to be aware of what's going on, family. And Haley, I'm hearing this again. I don't know if you saw my other messages. The Spirit is saying, look to your children. Okay? All right, family. So I'm going to let y'all go. I love y'all, and I'll be back to give y'all some more messages soon. Shalom.